Hey leaders, this is Paul Grau and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that equips leaders and entrepreneurs to achieve their greatest potential. This show is sponsored by Current Leadership Coaching, and they help entrepreneurs excel as leaders so they can create super teams. Find out more about them at currentleadershipcoaching.com. Hey, I hope you're having a great day, and I'm super excited today to welcome back a very special guest to the show. And that is my business partner and wife, Jennifer Grau. And she's definitely my better half. So, hello, Jen, and welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely. So, yesterday I gave the listeners a brief overview of what you'll be discussing the rest of the week. So, I kind of primed the pump here for you. But I probably didn't do it justice, the explanation. I know we got a lot to discuss this week. And so, are you ready just to dive right in?
Absolutely. Let's get going.
Okay, so can you begin by telling us exactly what this schedule mapping is?
Schedule mapping is a method that I created after doing a ton of research, a lot of personal experience, and analyzing a lot of data because I was struggling with my own productivity. I know you were struggling with productivity, and we really needed to scale things up so that we could be more efficient and just do better with our time. So the schedule mapping method is a way to use your time to create a schedule that better reflects who you are. It is based entirely on who you are, your beliefs, your feelings.
So are you saying that it's unique to everybody?
Yes. It can't even work without a person doing a personal reflection and analyzing how they use different things, different elements within their life.
So that kind of seems to be a separator from other systems, but what else makes this different from other time management systems out there?
So time management has really become a negative term because you can't manage time. You can only manage yourself.
That's a good point.
So the way you intake things into your life is going to determine your output, your productivity, your efficiency. So the differentiator between schedule mapping and a regular time management is that it's very personal. It starts with you. So there are three initial components of schedule mapping. It's analysis. You have to do an analysis on your information, your environment, and your time. And once you've done that analysis, and analysis sounds hard.
Yeah, you lost me right there, kind of.
It's not. Everybody can do this. And the great part about it is once you figure out your own personal intake analysis, it will trickle out into every part of your life and really impact it in a very, very positive way. If you don't address these, if you don't really take a look at these parts, the rest of the method will not work.
All right, so I take it we start with the first one, the information, is that correct?
Yes.
Can you break that down a little bit more in layman's terms?
Okay, so think of how you, think of yourself at home or at work or in your office space. How do you intake information that's coming at you? And when I say information, that is something like your email, your phone calls, text messages, verbal interactions with other people on your staff, social media. Those are examples of information that's coming at you. So think of how you react to that. How you react, and it's very strange because we all feel certain emotions and memories and behaviors that start to come up automatically when you encounter those things. You might feel frustrated, you might feel irritated, you might feel overwhelmed, you might want to avoid it, or it might give you great enjoyment. So how you feel is not wrong. That's something that happened a long time ago when you were a child. These beliefs and these emotional automatic reactions started happening then, started being created then. However, the reactions that you're having may not be serving you well, and that is why we want to help you get your brain a system that does serve you well.
I remember a while back, I used to have my email on all the time. I used to have my ringer on in my cell phone. I used to have my text on vibrate. And this is what you did to me a long time ago. You kind of helped me because now I turn my email off. I turn my phone on silent, and I'm actually seeing a big difference. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yes. So you have to think about how you take this information. You had those things on and you could hear them because you had a specific emotional reaction to it. It made you feel good when you had this information coming in because you felt like you were getting good results. That made you feel good. You felt like you were getting a positive response. You felt like somebody was replying to you because they liked what you were doing. And so you liked that feeling that you were getting when this stuff came in. It meant business was doing well. It meant that you were liked. And that is what everybody likes. That's what everybody wants in their business.
It was also a distraction.
Exactly. That was the biggest part of it, was that it stopped you from being able to be productive. So one of the best things that you can do is you can make yourself a list. Say things that the information that comes at me is my email, my text messages, phone calls, and social media. Those are the main things. So write those things down and then write how you respond to them. Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel bad? How do you react? Do you acknowledge it as soon as it comes in, or do you wait until you're finishing the task that you're on to respond to it or look at it? Once you can take a look at how you're processing that stuff as it comes in, that information, then you're going to be able to structure your day. And there's a whole system around that, but it's going to take way too long for us to get into right here.
All right, well, let's stop right there. And we went a little over time, so I'm sorry for the listeners, but this is really good stuff, and we want you to understand this. So be sure to join us tomorrow as Jen continues to dive further into these first three critical components that set us up for mega success and that will help you massively increase your productivity. If you have any direct questions after today's show, man, how can they contact you, Jen?
The best way to reach me is at JenG, J-E-N-G, at clcteam.com.
And that's your email, right?
Yes.
So, hey, we'll catch you tomorrow. And until then, run to your challenges.